The character of Blade was always a gritty, dark, and foreboding anti-hero. He was introduced to audiences on August 21st, 1998, and absolutely blew our collective minds. This was a huge departure from the previous year's silly Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin.
It's a cold town.
Incorporating ex-porn stars like Tracie Lords and vampire torture scenes, it ushered in a more serious type of superhero movie. Our protagonist was essentially a vampire, so the setup was pretty clear. He had super strength, super speed, and of course craved human blood. The only difference was that he could walk in the day and was immune to many of the classic vampire weaknesses, such as silver or garlic, and yeah, I'm sure he can come into your house uninvited. It was directed by Stephen Norrington and featured Wesley Snipes, who would later reprise the role to perfection in the Guillermo del Torro sequel, Blade 2. Blade 3, well, we're not going to talk about Blade 3, since this bloated mess was a worse decision than when Pepsi decided to one-up the new Coke disaster with Pepsi Clear. Well, you know, since fans loved it and Disney hadn't completely desecrated every IP it owned, it decided to piss on the grave of the lovable vampire hunter. So it enlisted the help of Stacey Osei Kuffour of the god-awful Watchmen HBO show, and the now 50-year-old Mahershala Ali. For some reason, Marvel is intent on hiring Academy Award winners as if it lends more clout to their projects. It sometimes does, it mostly misses. This new film would be set in the 1920s as a period piece, which if done right could be fine. But one struggles with the idea of having Blade hunt vampires in breadlines during the Great Depression. So that idea was scraped quicker than a typical woman study student passing out at a marathon. So next was writer Michael Starbury and only two-time director Jan Demange. And then it was scrapped again, and writer Nick Pizzolatto of the HBO crime anthology True Detectives was brought in. But then the writer's strike happened and they got shut down. The curanderos and witch doctors were definitely against them. Finally, the word leaked out that he would be relegated to a fourth-place character in his own freaking film, and it would be female-led. Because in this day and age, of course it is. They would be making it for less than $100 million, which was far less than She-Hulk. And then a fifth writer came in, who was quickly replaced. This was definitely a full Marvel Disney shit show. Now the headlines read that the movie is on hold indefinitely, which means it's as over as a Macarena. And that's a good thing. The market has spoken when it comes to these girl boss, woke, sex swap DEI tropes. Films such as The Marvels, Furiosa, Terminator Dark Fate, and the ill-fated Ghostbusters reboot, to name a few, have proven this correct. Hollywood execs have been hidden the pocketbook, and there is a purge going on right now to flush the DEI experiment down the crapper where it belongs. They have dishonored legacy characters such as John Connor, killing him within a few minutes of his new film, Indiana Jones in The Dial of Destiny, and Luke Skywalker in like everything after Rogue One. I mean, they had him sexually assaulting a creature and then drinking its boob milk. So how do you think audiences are going to respond to another one of their heroes being sacrificed on the altar of modern commercialism? This guy is an easy character to write for. He's a freaking badass vampire hunter. He roasts and decapitates the evil suckheads of the night. How can you mess this up? How could you not develop a great script for this? It was done brilliantly in Blade 1 and 2, not so much in 3. I, for one, am glad it got scrapped, until, of course, the prevailing ideologies of the time passed like so much butt wind in the breeze. Well, maybe one day we'll get to see a real Blade reboot, but honestly,
there's only been one Blade. There's only ever going to be one Blade.
And that's Wesley Snipes. Anyways, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. And as always, keep watching movies.